Sayonara. It's come to this, has it? All the other hypervisors are dead. This has been frustrating, but entertaining. But the finale can finally begin. I wonder who will win. An ascended god? Or a little boy and his pet? One of the few Americans who knows Celsius. Good on you. You're welcome in Australia. You're welcome. That's how you get into Australia. You have to pass a little test, and one of the questions is, in Celsius, what temperature does water boil at? And if you don't pass it, you don't get allowed in. It's like a captcha, but for idiots. And there's M. Will she actually go through with it? She doesn't even know what I am. What is he? Chapter 8. Exodus. How spooky. Excellent work, Tomix. The end is near. We have less than 7 days now. Zero is the only one left. Zero's domain can be reached from the Pokemon League. You may have heard of it. It's where the Pokemon battle tournaments were once held, but for the last 3 years it's been abandoned. To reach the Pokemon League, you'll need to get the 8th gym badge. One last gym badge, one last hypervisor. I'm ready to go. Oh, and I got Glaceon. Holy shit. 2. Celsius makes more sense than Fahrenheit now. Yeah, well, that's why people fucking use Celsius. Because water boils at 100 degrees, water freezes at 0. Meanwhile, Americans are just like, wait. But why don't we just make 100 Fahrenheit what feels hot? And we'll make weather that's 0 Fahrenheit like feel really cold. I know that's not actually it. It's some weird dumb shit, but that's what it feels like to me. They're like, oh yes, it's 100 degrees. It's spicy up in here. Okay, so we're going to need to get the final Badgie McQuadgie. And then Celsius also has the same gradient as Kelvin, which makes it very easy. You just minus 273. Or plus, depending on what end you're on. But yeah, so we need to make our way to Little City. Is there a prescribed route there? Or can we take either or? I guess we'll go down to Ventus City. Yeah, isn't that so dumb? Like, why? Fast travel. Look at this beautiful city. The world does. Whoa! Who the fuck's this fucker? Corrupted Mightyena just chilling in the wild? Water is very important. I mean, it's like 70% of the earth, it's like 70% of my body, so therefore it must be like 70% of my life. What am I doing here? Yeah, we'll just flamethrow you, man. I think we'll win regardless. Not if we're blind. Hey, fucking hydraulics? That's like God's power right there. And what's it from? Just like a little bit of pushing and pulling water? And they're able to lift bridges and shit? Water's like buffer than the average man. When was the last time I saw a dude lift a bridge? Never. 69% of my water, buddy. Oh, what's that last 1% that's supposed to be water? Maybe I don't want to know. Well, now this one Cade, because in our Pokemon Infinity Nuzlocke, we had a Poochyena named Cade. It did not live very long at all, but not a problem for me, that's a problem for dead Cade. Regenerator, hell yeah. So what's up here? I haven't been surfing. Yeah, well... Yeah, I mean, I killed everybody, man. I killed Kenny. I didn't have a Pokemon named King Waluigi. Maybe next time I do a Nuzlocke, I'll have to have a Waluigi Pokemon. But I killed, like, everybody there was. Not like I did. I lost the Nuzlocke. Everybody died. Ooh, what's cooking over there, a little area. Let's let my encounter rate go down a little bit. Okay, what do we... What's with all this grass? Yeah, you didn't die, so I guess you're the real winner of the Nuzlocke, right? You were lucky to not have a Pokemon named after you. Get me out of here. Welcome, Kakarot. Welcome, welcome. We were just talking about people that died in the Nuzlocke, and speak of the devil, you pop up. Okay, we got a little Miltank here. Milky. I know exactly what I'm naming you, Miltank. You might not like it, but it's happening. Look, it's all under the bridge, and by under the bridge I mean 6 feet under the ground, buried in a coffin. We all lost the Nuzlocke, okay, except for King Waluigi. What do you mean, what's going on? Look, we've got a bit of a mummy right here. I should try not to say that too loudly in case my neighbor's here. But I mean, I already talked about being turned on so that blood wouldn't rush to my head. So what do I have to lose? Wait a second, am I dumb? Kakarot, what do you mean? Brother, you're Australian, you don't use feet. I'm not calling them mummy because this Miltank has feet. I'm calling it mummy because this Miltank has like 6 titties. Read my mind a bit better, Kakarot. Am I just all asleep? I'm all asleep. Should I use an item to wake everybody up, or do I just select this? Oh! True. You know, that is funny though, right? The way Australians measure things. It's like, we'll use centimetres for height. We'll use inches for dick size. We'll use inches for TV size. We'll use feet for height sometimes, mostly centimetres, but it's like if you're in a casual conversation, people will say feet. But if you're entering on like a medical document, they'll ask for centimetres. Oh no, Source is racking up the points. Gotta finish this game quickly. Okay. Here we go. So now we've called Miltank. No, not yet. Now we have, and now we can call it Mummy. Yeah, and have to catch like every single stream in a row, right? Good luck, Source. We could do a little bit of gambling, but I don't know what we'd gamble on this. And check this out, American nerds. English spelling for mummy. A U, not a zero. A zero? An O. Bovine Hunt. Defeat the corrupted Miltank. That makes it sound worse than it was. I missed that item. How do I get it? I didn't go down. I'm so dumb. Oh well. We can worry about that another day. Yeah, well, there's not much of a gamble there, is there, Source? Not much of a gamble there. I've just been talking about mummies and shit for like the last... Where the fuck am I going? I just did a loop. Just wait for the encounter bar to go down. And once a new Pokemon Infinity update comes out, we're going to roll back to the Nuzlocks, and we can do lots of gambling then. Yeah, those kinds of mummies, because, you know, cows make leather, Miltank is a cow, and leather was actually used in a lot of mummification processes. That's why I called it mummy, because, you know, Mummies are pretty much made out of cow skin. I didn't mean anything weird about it. Why would you think I mean something weird about it? I'm a normal guy. You Nuzlocke. It's a wide variety of emotes. Just a creeper sitting in the middle there. Seashell. Weird. Was it a quest item? There's a girl who lives on the south side of a beach. She sells seashells by the seashore. Yep. Joel. Let's get the house. Let's heal up. And apparently we're low on the healing items that I like. So I'm going to need to go make some new Nuzlocke. Spare me. No. You're going to... I feel bad for leaving you out, Waluigi. Honestly. So we're going to have to make sure we have a Pokemon named after you. And we didn't have a source either. We went to the Void and we killed Death itself. You know, not much. The Void was actually really cool though. It was like a proper big area, and we can go back to it. There's like a town there. And there were 7 layers that we had to work through. And they were all like, had different themes, like unused maps and whatnot, or like just a bunch of text. There you go. You'll have to play the game source. I do highly recommend this game to anybody, even if you don't like Final Fantasy. And maybe you shouldn't play it if you don't like Final Fantasy, but I'm still going to recommend it to you because I like this game too much. My favourite mon is not Crobat. It's not supposed to be a Crobat, although it's like slowly morphing into a Crobat. Give me a second and I'll bring my favourite guy over. I am back. Okay. So yeah, I'll try to explain the Crobat thing in a second, but I've got 2 favourite Pokemon with me, and I have a variety of favourite Pokemon. To put it bluntly, I like anything that is cute. I like both forms of Zorua, however I only have one Zorua with me today. I do have another Zorua, but he's not here. So here's a cute little Hisuian Zorua, very nice plushie. And then I have... No, not Charizard. I don't like Charizard. I don't have the shiny Hisuian Zorua plush. I know of it, but I don't have it. And then I also have a little Litwick. I do like Litwick a lot, and I like the whole Litwick line. But if you look closely into Litwick's eyes, you see that this is not actually a Litwick. This is a Ditto. So a tiny bit misleading, but still extremely cute. Let's pop him down over there for now. Yeah. Okay, just seeing if I had any other Zorua, but I don't think I do have a Zorua here. I'm showing things off. Please appreciate the Nanu and Luca Shrine. Lapras as a deer. Oh, that'd be so cute. He would love that. Okay, but shall we get back to the game? About the Crobat. So, a long time ago, there was someone called, a long time ago. It probably was a long time ago. There was someone called Smoked Paprika and Llama Minister, but also known as Pixel Profligate or something in Relic Castle. And they offered to work together to make a cute little... Did I make the right potion? Yeah. They offered to work together to make a cute little profile picture for me. So they made a cute little profile picture for me on Discord. And it was a cute little bat spider is what they called it. It was like a mix of a bat and a spider. But then slowly, because I've been using that as my icon, people have started mistaking it for a Crobat. This is the hard part. There's Paprika, and then there's Smoked Paprika. So, one is just spelt normally. The other one is that. Paprika is the one who I've made some like Interpol fan games with. I know it's confusing, but smoked paprika, sorry, is the one who is responsible for making the little bat spider monster. Anyway, so it has been kind of like mistaken for a Crobat, and so I know I think it was Halcyon, right? I'm just making sure I've got the right one. ECAP put a bunch of like references to random people in Halcyon, which is super cute. And my reference was a Crobat because it's kind of like the little icon. And then what's this? I can make a summon stone by using Phoenix Pinions. I see. And then when Armin made a cute little fan art, like you see there, of me playing Hellgale, she kind of drew the spider bat as kind of like a Crobat, but you can see it's like a mix. It's halfway between a Crobat and halfway between a spider bat, which is quite funny. And because of that, I have been warming up to whatchamacallit, to Crobat as a Pokemon. I do like it a lot, and I actually used it twice in my Nuzlocke because I liked it that much. But King Waluigi, I'm surprised you know Paprika and not smoked paprika, because paprika didn't really talk much. So what were you looking for, kid? Vibrant flowers. So I can craft them if I have the stuff. I'll try to craft them. So I mean, it will be under the green stuff, right? Oh, this is complicated. I'm looking for a vibrant flower. Are you a vibrant flower? No, you're a potion. I probably don't want a TM. Do I? Oh, wait. I have a bunch of vibrant flowers. Is that not enough? How many do you need? Shiny Charizard. Yeah, I like Charizard as much as the next guy, but here you go. He's happy now. Yeah, and to be fair, smoked paprika was a long time ago. Would have been like, they probably left in 2018 or something. I don't know if maybe it was a bit later than that, but smoked paprika hasn't been around for a long time. Now, if I get 8 gym badges, I get a musical instrument, which sounds like it would be some kind of HM item, but I'm slightly confused what a musical instrument could do for me. Yeah, I mean, I've been here way too long. Seen way too many people. I am on a jog, eh? So this is Route 14, which leads to the lake or some shit, right? Oh my god, who the hell are you? Oh, so we get a musical instrument from doing the, from getting the 8th badge, and then we can cross. But why do we need to cross? So Pokemon League isn't over there, but I guess we'll find out. Yeah, but to be fair, I haven't been... Like, I don't know, have I stuck around? Like, there's definitely been moments of it where I have not been doing anything fangame related. Now I'm more constantly doing stuff fangame related because I try to stream the jam games and actually play a considerable amount of them. Like, back before, when I was around from 2016 to whenever I started streaming, I would be there, I'd chat in Discord, but I was never really doing fangame stuff. I'm gonna make sure I talk to every town member. Get lots of seashells. Kind of from asking like 2, came back to not a single familiar name. Yeah, I mean, it changes, right? People come and go quite quickly in online communities. Relic Castle is like the only online community that I've actually stuck with for like over a year, probably. And now it's been much more than a year. Professor Oak's lab? Why does he have a lab here? Professor Blue Oak nearly became champion, but he couldn't beat his longtime rival. The person that became champion. That person became champion, but now is missing. Now some presume he's dead. So it's very Pokemon Adventures manga, because Red goes missing in the manga as well. My mum is going to kill me if she finds out I lost it. Okay, we got to find your bouncy ball, but I got no idea where that is, brother. Oh, it's Professor Oak's lab, because it's not Samuel Oak, it's Blue Oak. Oh, I got a storage key. My first R3C friend I made was someone who's not associated with RC at all. That's quite funny. I made friends with Lux, Jello, and Lishin. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, I mean, you and Lishin made bloody the Darkest Day together, which is dope as hell. This is the final gym. The lady's name is Claire, and she specializes in dragon types. Some call her the Mother of Dragons, but she hates that name, probably because of bloody Game of Thrones. Getting that title all confused. I'm a person who made Jello join RC in the first place. What did you do to get him to join RC? He's Dragon Ice attacks. Lucky for me, I have a Glaceon. The rest of my team will probably not do too well, but I have a Glaceon. Epitaph with me. Oh, that's cute. Okay, so what's going on here? I've got like orbs I need to activate. Oh my god, look at all those Dratinis. Yeah, I mean, that's fair. That's how these things have to go, you know. It's hard to take a hobby and dedicate non-stop time to it. Like all year round. Maybe during a game jam, I can believe, because it's 40 days. But doing that for a whole dev time sounds insane. You met him in person. Did you go to that? Because I saw Jello posting pictures of him at a convention. Did you meet him at the convention? Welcome, Shiny Jiggly. This is actually made in RPG Maker 2003. You're completely right. It's a Pokemon fan game, but it uses RPG Maker 2003, and it doesn't edit its systems too much. So it's more like a Final Fantasy game than a Pokemon game, but it's still like extremely, extremely fun. Wait, you went to each other's graduation? Oh my god. Wow. Talk about homies. That's so cool, man. Yeah, I mean, I don't think I'd ever be willing to go to an RC meetup, because I highly doubt it would be in Australia. And if it is in Australia, I'd probably object and say, hey, shouldn't it be in somewhere like America where most of RC is from? That's so cute that you actually met member Waluigi. What the hell? Yeah, I don't think people would be too keen of a Relic Castle meetup in Australia. So we activated an orb. What exactly does that do? Fossils indicate that dragons were more common during the prehistoric age. Is that true? Then how come we have like one dragon fossil type Pokemon? Oh my god, you guys are weak to ice type, aren't you? You bloody beauty. Nice shiny orb things doing orb stuff. But you're not a dragon type, Sceptile. What the fuck are you doing here? You don't belong in this gym. Where's my rock slide? Of course, a confused Glaceon. Can we have an RC meetup in the harsh? I mean, I'd be more willing to go to Canada than I would be to go to America. Because I actually do kind of like Canada. Unlike other places. Okay, Bo is gonna die, but that's okay. This is just a random trainer fight. If it happens in Australia, then Tonks has to pay for. Oh bloody hell! No way. Can you imagine? We'll have to bring over all the European people to Australia, and like a one-way ticket from Europe to Australia is like $2,000. Oh, I know Ronko and Arma got to meet in person, and apparently they had a good time because Ronko was in the Netherlands or whatever, which is quite cool. We are doing our best here. Plan on meeting Ronko in person next time Worlds is in the USA. Oh, that'd be cute. Yeah. Going to Worlds would be cool. I have to get a job first, though. Ain't no way that's happening. Okay, so I think these orbs open... No? It did not open a door. I guess maybe it opened a door somewhere else? What the hell? Okay, let's go back and heal, because we're too close to dying. Why not Worlds in Japan? I think Worlds in Japan would be fun. I just worried about it being like extremely busy. And I'll just be a bit anxious. I'm not sure she's going. I feel like I would have heard something about her getting tickets or not, if she was. And there's no more Pokémon, so I don't think she has a reason to go. They pulled the Pokémon plug out, and so it's like, why would she go? Dragons are the strongest Pokemon. Maybe. An Eevee Expo meter. Oh, that'd be so cute. Yeah. Damn barriers of space and time, bro. Making things harder than they need to be. I've never met... I'm just trying to make sure I'm not going to accidentally offend someone by forgetting someone, but I don't think I've ever met someone from online in person, except in like a little post-peak Pokemon Go, when I was still playing Pokemon Go. I met someone in person to trade with them. But like that's because it was like a local Discord for Pokemon Go, so it's not even like we had to travel to meet each other. But I don't think I've ever met someone from online in person. I think that'd be crazy, and I don't think I'm ready for that. I don't know. Right, I know Smoked Paprika and Llama Minister met in person and saw a movie or something, which is very on point for Smoked Paprika. Wait, you and Lux can just like hang out with each other after school or whatever. What the hell? Okay, no wonder you're able to go to his graduation road, but that's so cool. Only one of your online meetups are fun. Oh, that's quite scary. It's like without doxing Kenny too hard. Someone who I've met at university and I'm friends with, who's an international student from New Zealand, went to Kenny's high school, from what I understand, which is quite crazy. Bloody Kevin Bacon number down to 1 or whatever. Yeah, but son, I went to meet a friend of him in real life in Florida, and turns out the guy was not at all how I envisioned, and he didn't care about me being there. Ooh, that sounds fun. That sounds like a good time. Not. But yeah, New Zealand's too small of a place, man. And like, I know multiple people from New Zealand now. So I feel like I've got my clutches over the social network. Your trip to Universal Studios? Wait, that's pretty damn good. I consider that a win. Never been to Universal Studios. I went to Disneyland for the first time my last summer holidays, but America's last winter holidays. Yeah, did you know? Well, I mean, Sometimes I feel bad even just saying he lives in New Zealand. Because New Zealand's not that big of a place. I mean, it's fairly big. They've got like 2 big towns. What is it, like Auckland and Wellington? Wellington? Is that it? Disneyland was super fun when I went. I like, not at all, I had never been to something like it before, so it just felt very surreal. I was like, how the hell does this operate on a daily basis? Like, this place seems like some magical place that's like its own country. And I'm like, it just does this every day? This isn't a special occasion? Not to dox myself, but I live in the North American continent. Oh, now I need to figure out if you're from Canada or from Central or from USA. And I think, does Mexico count as a North America continent? I think it does, right? So we've got that on the board as well. 1 in 3 chance. Okay, I mean, I imagine that's French. I understand Quebec. Maybe it's not French. Isn't live in French like habitat? Or maybe it's bloody Canadian French. I didn't realize how different they were. Zealtown. No, that's old Zealtown. You gotta remember it's New Zealtown now. It's way cooler. Just a bunch of Quebec swears and I live in Quebec. Wow. Like, it's not a dialect, Australian language. But I find I should just use... But I find Australian slang so interesting because there's bloody... I was talking to someone from Sydney and I didn't realise that Australian slang has a word called munted. Now, it is Australian slang, so if you say munted to an American, they're going to be like, what the fuck are you talking about? But apparently in Sydney and in Melbourne, munted means completely different things. I've only heard munted mean like extremely, extremely drunk to the point where like you've vomited. Like you've munted all over the toilet or some shit. Or like, I feel completely munted. I'm going to die in this battle. But apparently they use it to mean like really tired and nothing at all to do with alcohol. And I'm like, what the fuck? Weird, man. July is winter in Australia. Right now it is July and right now it is winter. I've munted a few times in my life in that case. Munted all over the place, exactly. I did somewhat recently and I did not feel good afterwards. I spent like the whole day recovering after that night of drinking far too much alcohol and pissing in the river. Australians have some goofy terminology. Like every time I talk to my girlfriend, she tries to tell me something. Well, Kakot, is your girlfriend Australian? Then you better be learning. You better be learning, okay? When she says she's stuffed up, you better understand what they're saying. Yeah, that's probably a good thing, Sauce, and maybe I should be too. Or maybe not be alcohol free, but just make sure I can drink without hating myself. And if I can't drink without hating myself, then maybe I should just be alcohol free. There's only one time that was really bad, but God, after that one time, I was like, maybe I should never drink again. Did that uproar even hit? He said it's muntin time and munted all over the place. Coming to cinemas near you. We need more Australian movies that go like hard on the Australian terminology and culture and shit. You're out of PP. Apparently you guys call kitchen counters as benches, so I had no idea what you're saying. Why the fuck do you have a bench in your kitchen? Really? You don't say... Like, what do you say if someone's leaning on a bench? Does it make any sense to you if I say someone's leaning on a bench? Or are you imagining like a literal seat? You're fucking weird, man. Don't talk to me. You're weird. You imagine a park bench, really? Not like a table or like a counter? Yeah, I mean, we call that a bench too, but that's fucking weird. Get out of here. I mean, the most fun one, and I think this one's used a lot, but people talk about wearing thongs in Australia, and Americans go like, what the fuck are you talking about? I'm like, yeah, I just wore some thongs to the beach. And they're like, you pervert, not in front of my children. Like, what's wrong with a little thong? Stun seed backward. Hey, I'm not falling for that one. You ain't getting me with that one, King Waluigi. I'm a master of that shit. You have to ask a cookie what kind of cookie you want. Of course you have to ask what kind of cookie you want. What do you mean? You can get like... You ever gone to Subway? They have like 5 different types of cookies. And they're all good, except for the raspberry ones. Are you saying it's going to be like some weird shit, like a soft cookie and a hard cookie? Yeah, well, he must be a dumb Australian man. I don't claim him. He can be New Zealand or something, I don't know. Why do I have Ice Guard on you? You don't need Ice Guard. We'll put Ice Guard on Boa. Oui, je veux un biscuit. Biscuit? The word biscuit can even mean crumpet, cracker, chip cookie, or small cake. What the fuck? No, I think... What? Okay, disclaimer, I never go to Subway because Subway's shit. I've got a friend who likes Subway and he's an idiot. So that pretty much explains how I feel about Subway. This is bread, isn't it? I think people call it cake as a joke because of how much sugar it has in it, right? Because like the bread's really sweet. Well, maybe I'm misunderstanding. But yeah, I like the cookies at Subway, that's it. You'll never catch me going there otherwise. When I worked at a fish and chip shop in high school, I'd finish up work and then afterwards, I'd be paid in cash because I worked at a shifty place that did tax evasion. So they just gave me money at the end of every shift. So I'd take like my $50 note or whatever, and I'd walk down to the local Subway that was just closing up. And because they were closing up, I'd get to haggle a little bit. I'd be like, give me 5 cookies for $2, and they'll say $3, and I'd say deal. And then they'd give me the leftover cookies, and I'd be like, hell yeah. I'd walk home, and I remember I'd send a Snapchat, and I'd be like, post-work cookie sesh or some shit. I sent the dumbest Snapchats, but I loved it. Let's help in hand. Tax evasion was kind of poggers though. I definitely appreciated it. It just felt very easy being paid at the end of every single shift. And I was very complacent with it. I was not willing to complain. Dragonite, well, he's probably like rich. So that's probably why he evades his dumbass taxes or whatever. What am I doing here? I say. What's tax evasion? You know. But it's just, okay, if you actually want an explanation, like if you pay an employee through the proper methods, you'll have to pay a little bit of tax. And so instead of having to pay that tax, they just paid me in cash. I'm not complaining. Okay, but in case anybody was unsure then. I was like, just in case. But yes, we stand tax evasion. Yeah, some good educational content. Speaking of educational content, they're still alive somehow. I really thought they were going to die there. We do like tax evasion. Except the fucking tax evasion that my second job did, which isn't tax evasion. Now, I think I've complained about this multiple times, but fuck them. I do not like them. They were horrible bosses. They did so many bad things. Like, apart from just being general shit people, they would have the work schedule up on Sunday night for the week after. So I'd never be able to make plans. It would be like, oh, want to go out Monday? And it's like, I can't tell you until late Sunday night. because they're not gonna fucking tell me if I'm working or not, and they never give me a regular schedule. It's always fucking random what shifts they give me. So I just have to expect that could be working any 7 days of a week. But the thing that really broke my fucking back, apart from them being assholes in person and just never being satisfied, is the fact that they started editing. Well, they didn't start it, they had been doing it the whole fucking time. But I only realized after like 2 months or 3 months or some shit that they were editing my timesheets. Every shift I worked, they would then edit it a week later, and make it say I worked like 10 minutes or 20 minutes less than I actually did, so that they could pay me less. It's like, fuck off. I'm like, so I went through all my past sheets. I found all the edits they made, because you can actually see it on the app, which is really dumb of them. You can see on the fucking app, and it's like 1 week later, name of my boss, changed timesheet to blah blah blah. It's like, you're not supposed to be editing my timesheets. So I calculated it all, I sent them an angry email, I got my money back, and I said, this is my 1 week of notice, and they said, no, don't worry about coming into work tomorrow, you're terminated. I'm like, okay, I'm fine with that. And they gave me back my money, so fuck you. Shit work practices, shit people. Just all around shit. The food was good. It was at a churro shop, so I got to take home lots of snacks. Later, no, brownie! And that's the part that I miss more than anything else, taking home churros late at night. But, my god. Yeah, I mean, no, I don't think they're stupid, because they know they get away with it, right? Like, in the end, it didn't cost them any money to try to steal money from me, because they just had to give me back what I deserve. They lose an employee, but their fucking turnover rate is so quick. Like, by the time that I quit, after like 2 months, none of the people that were working when I arrived 2 months ago were still there. Like, they just kept on turning over people because nobody fucking liked working there. But it's okay, because they kept on getting more people to work for them. Like, oh. Anyway, so they don't lose anything, which fucking sucks. I didn't do it, but I was very tempted, because the fucking audacity this guy has. The boss guy is like, come in and bring in your apron. I'm like, okay, I'll go in tonight and bring in my apron. But the problem with me going in the night is that the arsehole bosses never work the night shift, because the night shift's when it's always busy. So they're like, no, come in the afternoon. It's really fucking inconvenient for me to come in the afternoon, because I have uni in the day. But they're like, no, come in the afternoon. I do not want you speaking to any of the other employees. I'm like, okay, well, fuck you. I'll come in the afternoon. And I was so tempted, so extremely tempted to fucking piss in my apron, but I did not. I was very tempted to piss in my apron and give it back to him, but I tried to be the bigger person. They also said don't talk to the other employees, but I did talk to the other employees. Before I resigned, I messaged all the other employees and let them know what was going on. And I just wanted to see, because it wasn't just me they were doing it to, they were doing it to every other employee. And so I messaged around being like, hey, you should know this. And some of them planned to quit with me. Some of them was like, yeah, okay, I'll probably keep on working because I need the money for a little bit longer, but I'll quit in like a month and whatnot. But yeah, fucking shit place. The only way to Victory Road is by train. Take the train to Finch Village. From there you can reach Victory Road. I hope you succeed. The world is in your hands. Ta-da! We defeated Claire. That's another gym leader down. We're getting very close to the end, eh? I mean, I imagine there's going to be a bit of a climax, because if you look at our quest log and look at story, there's still a fair bit of things we have not done. But I've done all the gyms now. A lot of Pokemon we have not caught. 200! I guess it counts like evolving them as obtaining a Pokemon. Because we've caught a lot of corrupt Pokemon. Like, look at this. This is every Pokemon you can get in the game, and we've got most of them.